Greetings. Namaste. So much blessings, so much respect, so much love and light. I hope at the time of receiving this video that it's the right and perfect time for your synchronicity, the perfect time for your vibration, and the perfect time for your presence, for your timing. You know, and I mention this a lot. For most returning, I mention this a lot. And for anyone that's new, I mention the time we're in a lot. Ways to combat it. The devil and evil is everywhere right now. We're in a very important time. It saddens me greatly that I see many great souls being tested. The soul must find rest in God alone. The soul must find rest in the vibration of peace and harmony, and to protect alone. Many cannot embody this. The body, and not just physical, the mind, the journey of the healer and warrior. For we are in a time that being a healer is so important. Being an empath is so important. Embracing your calling is so damn important. Straight out. You must rise up out of these fires, out of these flames, and be a lion among men and women alike. You're needed right now. For anyone that can see the signs, this very important time we're in, with the fear propaganda, with these drones everywhere, with certain trafficking situations, which I cannot get into too much, but I can still mention bravely, with shootings going on, with horrible things in Hollywood and politics right now, with them hinting at a new epidemic happening, propaganda and war, Taiwan, Ukraine, Russia, China, these drones are all connected. It's not even conspiracy. It's all connected. And the government would have you think that we're weak, that we have to depend on them, that there's no other way. The ones with true light and wisdom dig deep into your purpose. Anyone that knows me knows I'm not the typical shaman. I will cut straight through the bullshit and straight tell you how it is. And you need to dig deep right now, brothers and sisters. You need to dig deep more than ever. You will be tempted. The devil will tempt you. The government will try to tempt you too. Hollywood will try to tempt you. And most of all, I keep bringing it back full circle to this. The devil will tempt you. The closer you are to something amazing, the closer you are to reaching your destiny, to changing worlds, to changing your life, to changing lives. The devil will tempt you with lust, gluttony, envy, wrath, sloth. I can go on and on. Do not be tempted during this important time that we are in, brothers and sisters, family of light. It is possible to live a life without sin. It is possible to live a life without gluttony and wrath, but you know how to do that? You remember the mission. You are put here for a specific purpose. You are put here for a very specific reason. Stop getting sidetracked by the bullshit. Just stop it. Just stop. Lust doesn't matter. Wrath doesn't matter. Hurting others doesn't matter. Greed doesn't matter. Stealing doesn't matter. Right now, this is a war of spirituality, and evil is winning right now. It doesn't have to win. We don't have to let this win. That's the thing, brothers, sisters. We don't have to let them win. There's a reason the Bible mentions only 144,000. Is that a literal number? I don't think so. Did you know that's also the number of our chakra networks and within? I think, though, it's also, no matter what, showing how little there are in comparison to how should be, of how many are awakened and dig in. So how many of you are going to heed the call? How many of you are going to win this war of spirituality? Did you know every single time you have sex with someone that's not your wife or not your husband or someone that you're not in love with, you are lowering your vibration, disconnecting yourself from God? Did you know every single time you hurt someone that is innocent, you are cutting off your connection to God? Every time that you are not celibate unless it's with someone you love, you are hurting yourself and disconnecting yourself. Make a daily lifestyle of prayer, meditation, training, just going for a jog here and there. Caring about your body is one of the hardest, firmest, strongest forms of discipline, and saying, hey, I care about myself. I care about others. If you don't have a strong body, mind, and spirit, how can you protect someone in a time of chaos, which is coming? I'm not saying be like Mike Tyson or Bruce Lee, although anything is possible if you believe. I'm saying have that indomitable, powerful spirit of a lion amongst men and women. Be a leader, a healer. Be a warrior. Because we need that now more than ever. I'm not talking about mindless violence. I'm talking about the need to be there for each other and heal and protect. This is a war of spirituality. This is a war of the mind. I know you can feel it, brothers and sisters. The ones that are in tune. The ones that are truly in tune with their spirituality. Something is coming, something big, and we're getting distracted. Many of us are getting distracted. Moving is not going to cause a great change. Moving to a state, moving to a new country, moving is not going to be the solution to everything. There's a great war coming, straight out, and many of us are not listening. Many of you are not listening. And this saddens me. This should sadden you too. For your children, for our brothers, for our sisters, for our grandchildren, for the next generations to come. All the more right now, how are you going to be when our grandchildren ask us, what were we doing during this time? What were we doing during this time in history? Were we just laying there and taking it? Or were we making a difference and shaping the history and altering the future of what it could be? Because it can be great, can't you see it? It can be amazing. I do believe that the Christ is coming. In each and every one of us, it is an awakening. I do believe that there is a second coming. But I also believe there's a parallel reality where evil does take over. These choices right now shape this outcome right now. The devil walks among us, and he's using the government, demons, Nephilim, aliens. I know how it sounds to some. It's all connected. The drones, these wars, the signs of wars, the sickness, all of it is connected, brothers and sisters. I urge you to dig deep and stop getting fucking distracted. Just stop. Dig deep into what you're meant to do. Dig deep into who you are. The path to enlightenment is filled with struggle and pain. But you know what's even worse? Being too comfortable and giving in. Being too comfortable. And giving away your soul. Giving away who you are. Having mindless sex, stealing, hurting, doing drugs, mindless partying. I'm not saying you can't have fun, but there's a difference. Giving up your soul. A mindless sex is a sin. Mindless drugs is a sin, brothers and sisters. It's okay to relax a little bit. But there's a limit, isn't there? There's a cost for your soul, isn't there? There's magical teachings that we can dig into, magical prayer that we have forgotten. The way to shape the future is with God and light and our power within. Our hands are magical instruments that we can use to heal. Why have most of us forgotten? Our pineal gland has been systematically shut down with fluoride and chemicals. Why have we forgotten? Certain chemicals are always being introduced to our bodies, and we just take it. Why are we forgotten? The devil has plagued Hollywood, and 90% of the rap, rock, and hip-hop songs that we listen to is plagued by the devil and signed in blood. Why are we forgotten? Why? It takes a brave man and woman to strike against this and rise up. Change your life, and if you're already on this path, then all the more be a part of this movement. Be a part of this spiritual consciousness revolution. I'm not talking about violence. I'm talking about a mental spiritual revolution. Say no more. Because it only ends when we start saying no more. People keep forgetting. Some of my students have forgotten. There's a war coming. I don't mean metaphorically. There is a literal war of spirituality and chaos on the brink about to happen. And the ones that can shape the difference are you and me, filled with light, wisdom, integrity, discipline, and a heart of love, with a mother's love, and never giving up, and always staying strong. I'm straight out for a reason. Because I am tired of the bullshit. I am tired of people, with all due respect, not realizing that our children's life is on the lines. Our grandchildren's life is on the lines. There's a war about to happen. And most of us have completely succumbed to it. Taken chemicals I won't mention. Listening to demonic situations and vibrations on the radio freely. Brainwashed by the media. Brainwashed by propaganda. Tempted by sin, tempted by lust. When will it end? And then before you know it, that's how they brainwash you. And then you're not fighting for God anymore. You're fighting for your pleasure. When a man gives up, what is he worth anymore? When a woman gives up, what is she worth anymore? You're not some mindless woman just here for sex. You're not just a mindless man here to flash your jewelry and be American alpha male bullshit, when really you're just a beta, honestly, when you're just flashing money and think that's all that matters. And then when you start thinking sex is all that matters, you're nothing, with all due respect, but a brainwashed sheep. That's all you are. Or be a lion. Which one are you? It's easy to put out. It's easy to get money. It actually is. It's easy to have sex. You know what's hard and amazing? You know what it is? Being a lion amongst men and women, changing the world one step at a time, knowing we're in an important time right now. Are you gonna take it or rise up? Learn God like no other. Go within. Find a dark room, pitch black, and focus on God, nothing but God. Look to the sky and focus only on God and feel the energy within. Go to a forest and feel it. God is everywhere in nature. It's easy to lose our place in a building. It's easy to lose our place. They want us working like a hamster wheel, 9 to 5, in our plastic, robotic little cars, filled with emotions of hate and chaos, going to strip clubs. The American dream is so hip, so cool, right? No, it's not. They have you brainwashed. And for the ones that aren't awesome, I applaud you. You get it then. You get the game that they're laying down. You get the trick that they've laid down. So see here, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, this is a war in consciousness. This is a war in spirituality and our moralities. Where will you be in 5 years? By 2031, I promise you it's going to be a whole new world. A whole new world. Either with chaos and submission. You can try to run from it. You can't. You won't be able to. Or you can be part of the change. For our children, for our brothers, for our sisters, for our nations, for our world. It can be a glorious, magical event. God does exist. Jesus does exist. Are we forgetting this? Are we forgetting that this is not a metaphor? God and Jesus do exist. The second coming is coming. We are going to be judged. There is a literal war, good and evil coming. Where will you stand? Or are you just lost faith completely? Is this now a joke to you and a metaphor to most of you? Why have we forgotten? Media, politics, propaganda will make you think purposely. That's the agenda, deviously. All that matters is sex and partying and drugs. Let's be hip, let's get high, let's put these things in our brain, let's put these things in our arms, let's forget all that religious stuff, right? No. No. That's what they want, though. That's what they crave, though. They want you to forget that. They want you to forget that you have a destiny. They want you to forget that you're something magical and it's working. For most of us. Why? Why have we forgotten? Lions amongst men and women. Evil cometh, but we will not taketh. We will not accepteth. Why? Let them hear your roar. Or, with all due respect, take it. Like we have been doing for the last couple of years, without realizing you're being shaped, molded, most of you. Why? There is a second coming. There is a God. And I promise you right now, with most of us, He is so disappointed. And many of you, I'm so proud of you and I love you. And we're on the same team. We're on this boat together on the same waters. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. Are we forgetting? I urge you to look within and realize this is a life-changing decision. This is a lifestyle devoted to God, devoted to integrity, discipline, healing, love, honor, respect. All these morals have gone out the window. All these morals, where are they? Half of them are gone. Half of those people with these beliefs are disappearing. Sicknesses are wiping them out. Propaganda are brainwashing the rest. It's systematic. It's devious. It's diabolical. But you know what? We can rise up. Or we can fall. Brothers and sisters, I will end this little broadcast. But I want you to know, you are important. You are needed. You are chosen. Do you think you're not chosen? You can choose yourself and start becoming something amazing right now for the new year. And if you're watching this after the new year, all the more, then dig into it. If you're watching this before the new year, dig into it. Whatever time this finds you, dig into it. Start running. Start jogging. Start meditating. Start devoting your life to God. Learn how to make a fire from scratch. Get a generator. If you're able to, get some chickens. If you're not, then just store up some canned food. Be a leader. Learn how to be a great leader. Learn how to be a healer. Because I promise you, by 2031, a huge event is going to change everything, no matter where you are. America, Europe, Mexico, Spain, Russia, China, Korea, Japan. It does not matter. This is a global event coming. Some of you think you can run away from it. Some of you think you don't have to pick a side. They will make you pick a side, just like Germany. Don't let this be a repeat all over again. As always, if you need me, my number is in the description. I am your humble warrior shaman. If you need instructions on ancient teachings and how to dig in and unlock your healing abilities for free, as always, contact me. We need more warriors of light. We're everywhere, scattered across these situations and platforms of how we find each other. That is how, this is why. We're one. We forget we're one. Many of us will be tempted. Many of you are tempted. If you're being tempted, stop. Just stop. You're better than that. Lust doesn't matter. Greed doesn't matter. Money doesn't matter. Sex doesn't matter. Partying doesn't matter. Drugs don't matter. God matters. This mission matters. Our children matters. There is a mission of God here. Why are we forgotten? Why? Dig deep. You're needed here. Or fall to sin and evil, and God comes. It's that simple. I love you all. Namaste. Om.